back to It's Never Too Late. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nadira. I thank you all to all my new subscribers, all my returning subscribers. I thank you. As you all probably know, we are on a series. I have published my very first book, It's Never Too Late, Allowing God to Rewrite Your Story. It is available on Amazon to purchase. You can either type in the title or my first and last name. It is available to purchase. So we are doing a YouTube we are doing a book series on my book. We're just talking about different topics. And I know writing a book, there are so many questions and things that come up. So I say, you know what, I want to make it a series and talk about it. So today we're going to talk about my 5 top takeaways from writing this book. Before, the process, even after it's been published. Here are my 5 top takeaways from this book, okay? So number 1, to trust God through the process. I had to trust God through this entire process, from the beginning to the editing, to the puzzle piece concept, to the sessions I would have with Jerisha, to getting it formatted, to publishing it, to having my book revealed. Even till now, I am continuing to trust God through this process because I had to depend on him even when I felt weary, even when I felt weak. I had to depend on him, and I'm still dependent on him. So anyone that is writing a book or in that process, you have to trust God and depend on him through that entire process. Number 2, I want you to look at, for me, I had to look at my progress throughout my life. Because I think sometimes you can go into like, oh, I got to do this, where you don't just take the time to pause and reflect on where you've come. You know, you don't take the time. And for me, I just had to take the time and say, wow, God, you really have done this for me. You really have changed my life. You really have let my heart have a heart to please you and desire you in everything that I do, because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't want to get on here and say one thing and live a different life. You know what I mean? I don't want to say to y'all, live this way, you know, have a life of purity and obedience, and I'm out here living in sin. That contradicts everything. And it, most importantly, I'm sinning against my Father, you know? I'm sinning against the one who I say I love, the one who I say I want to be pleased with my life. So I had to just pause and just reflect on the work and the process that God has taken me through and the progress that I have made. And I just had to just say, wow, God, you did it. You did it. So just pause. Sometimes we just need to take a pause and just look at how far we came, okay? Number 3, obey his voice only, okay? Obey his voice and no one else's voice. It's okay to get help. It's okay to get opinions, and people may, you know, suggest this or suggest that. But when you're doing this, when I had to do this, I had to obey his voice. I had to obey, well, how did he give it to me? How did he word it to me, and not stray far away from that? Or if the Lord tell you to put something in a book that some people may not understand or agree with, obey his voice and put that in the book, and allow the Spirit and the Lord to deal with the other reader. Allow the Spirit of God to deal with the reader on the other side. But you be obedient to his voice and not get so, you know, not get opinions and different things from other people, because it can have you feeling really confused at times. But if you be obedient to his voice and his voice alone, he will see you through. So that's my 5 takeaways, that when I read this book, when I read my book, and I've read it maybe, I don't know, I can't put a number to it. I'm always reading. It's a quick read. It's really a quick read. But I thank God that I did obey his voice with some of the most vulnerable parts of my life. And what I gained from it, that I obeyed his voice and I kept it in this book, because I knew that it was a soul and it was someone that needed to read this. Okay. Number 4, from my 5 top takeaways, congratulate yourself. You know, writing a book is not a small thing. It is huge. It is huge. And I had to congratulate myself for even having the strength and the courage to do this. And just say, you know, with God, I did this. You know, congratulate yourself. Really, really see how the Lord has carried you and pushed you, and know that, you know, this is just the beginning for you. Don't allow it to be like, oh, that wasn't worth it, or it's not that big of a deal. Yes, it is. It's a huge deal. It's a huge deal for the kingdom, because souls will be saved off of your obedience. And I had to remember, souls will be saved off of my obedience. So I congratulate myself. I go back and I reread comments. I reread the reviews that I have, and I reread this book, and I'm like, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for giving me the strength to be one to say, I got out. I left. I healed. I kept my baby. So I got to congratulate myself for what the Lord has done and is doing in me. So you congratulate yourself too, okay? So that was my 5. And number 5, I kind of just said it, but number 5, I had to take away that a soul will be saved from reading my book. A soul will accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. They will confess out his mouth that he is the one and only living God, and that he rose, that the God sent him here, Jesus, to die for him, to die for you, to die for the sins of the world, and that he loves us enough, and that to accept them into their hearts and to live a life and allow God to purify and sanctify their life, to allow them to go through this walk with Jesus. And that's one takeaway, is that, do you not know how many souls will be saved from off of reading my book, off of just because of obedience? Even if it's just one, that's enough. But I know souls will be saved. People will spend eternity in heaven because they got a hold of this book. And I had to remind myself that this book will stay. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It may be slowed down in terms of talking about and promoting, but this book will be on Amazon forever. And that means there will always be an opportunity for a soul to be saved. So that was just my 5 takeaways of writing this book. That was just my 5 takeaways of what God has really done and is doing through me throughout this book. So if you haven't purchased a copy, I need you to go to Amazon now. Like get off this video, go to Amazon, type in my title or my name, and go ahead and check out. But yeah, seriously, y'all, I need y'all to go on Amazon and purchase you a copy. Leave a review. I just thank you. I hope and pray that you all are being blessed and are enjoying this episode series. Any new ideas, comment below. But I love you all. I thank you to all my returning and all of my new subscribers. I thank you all, and God willing, we will be back for the next video. Bye.